Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of City Skylines, where I am so very close to getting 90,000 people. As you can see, I'm just going to let the game run. We've got ourselves a new area here, Glen Ferris, which is going to be all high density. I haven't yet put through a metro area, but it will eventually come through. If we do look at our metro, we've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 very simple loops with one connecting loop between the two, and we are still making, well, perhaps not a killing, but we are still making a fair bit of money off the public transport, of course being killed by the number of train puppets. And there we go, 90,000 people, which gives us all of these unique buildings, which I have actually unlocked, and all the monuments, which I think I've unlocked. I do need to put a few here and there, but let us see what we can do. We've got fusion power, Hadron Collider, which is going to really help with our workers. So I'm going to put a couple of those in here and there, and I need to actually put in a few more. So I'm going to put in, let's see, the medical center. No, the medical center and the Hadron Collider are probably the two most important for me, because they will take care of a lot of my people getting sick and everything. So what do I need? I need the medical center, and I can put that, let's see, I'll put that here, I reckon. And what else do I need? What else do I need indeed? An oppression office, and so on. So I'll put in the buildings that I need and see what else I need to do that. It took me a little while to figure out what was going wrong, but I did finally figure out, well, I did actually figure it out, and now I've got myself the two of the 5 monuments, those being the medical center, which will take care of all my medical needs, and the Hadron Collider, which will take care of all my schooling needs. So with that in mind, I think I can start going through and getting rid of all my schools. So let me just bring up the school tab. So I don't need any of these things anymore. And I should be able to put in the, where is it? The boost that says everyone in the city needs to be educated. So that's Industry 4.0, which should hopefully improve my workforce a fair bit. Now, I've been continuing to work on the city a little bit and just changing things. I have now bought all the land, which cost me a good $8 million or so, but I think it was expense worth it. Now, I've also spent another $1 million or so building up this area. Now, this interchange wasn't particularly nice because this one was essentially ending the highway, and this one is also essentially ending the highway there. So what I've done now is make it a lot smoother for cars who are going from over here to merge into that a lot more smoothly, and that should work a lot better, I hope. It does, from the looks it looks, yes. It's sort of like a highway to highway split, so I'm kind of hoping that all the vehicles here, which are very banked up as you can see, in fact it's very banked up, Biffa would be proud of this knot. But anyway, it looks like this is starting to move a lot more smoothly. Now it's moving, and these vehicles can start extending out away. I may put in a few do not change lanes through here, but I'm starting to wonder if I really need the exchange from 4 to 5 to 6 all the way through here, because that's a bit of an expense. So I'll see how that goes. Looking at the statistics has thrown up a bit of an interesting one. I had a sudden spike of deaths going all over the place, which was, I think, when I destroyed all my medical areas, including actually my medical center. So that sort of killed a lot of people, but at the same time we have had a significant uptick in the number of births, and that has meant that while we flattened out around here, we are now increasing our population at a really strong rate, which is good to see. And unemployment percentage, however, sunk to 60%, which is not good. So overall we are a bit of a, probably you could say a bit of a recession, I think it's called, but it's not going pretty well for some people, but overall we are doing pretty well. Well, at least the city's doing pretty well. The individual people might not be. But anyway, we do have a new plan though. We're going to be doing a bit of our unique factories in district. I'm going to be trying this thing again. I have no idea if it's going to work, but let's hope it does, because I do want to have this at least somewhat working. Now I have no idea how this is going to work in the future, or if this is going to work at all, but I do want to give it a try and put in all the unique districts over here and whatnot. So it's going to take a little bit of time to set this all up, so I shall come back when I've got the roads the way I want to and got all the buildings exactly where, which is also going to require us to start up the what do we call it, the ore area. Now I'm not sure if I want to do it here, or I want to do it over here, or even worse, over here. So a few decisions to be made. It took me a little while, but I've got myself a little bit of a, what do we call this, a warehouse area. And I've probably got too many, because I think each area does two different things, but that means I've got a few extra ones here if there's extra storage. I've also started building a couple more of these other factory things, which I think seems to be working pretty well. Now I do need to make sure that I've got electricity going everywhere, which is not something that I thought I'd have to do, but there we go. And of course to here, that should work. There we go. So all these factories or these warehouses I should say, should slowly start filling up, and then they should start dumping into these things as well. I probably should reduce these things to 100%, because they're just going to eat up whatever stuff they've got left in their warehouses. But overall, I think this is going pretty well indeed. Now the other thing I started as well is a mining area, because that's the fourth and last of the mining areas that I need, and of course I forgot to put water and electricity. But I'm going to build this up over time, and of course it's going to slowly produce our ore, which we definitely need to produce the last few things for our factory. So let's get an electricity line in here. Can it go? Yes it can, and that should eventually over time build up to be a powerhouse of ore. Just looking at this, there's a significant amount of traffic heading out of the city, and while that means a lot of money for me with the new toll booth, I think it's not going to last very long, although I have added a few more of these oil production things that change into plastic and, what's the other one, petroleum. So I think that's going to work pretty well, but that does mean I think these ones down here are going to be significantly full. Now what I'm thinking here is I'm going to put in a train station that goes from here to here. And now that's very short, but that should relieve a bit of the traffic, I hope. If it doesn't, I can always get rid of it and, it won't actually do anything. But let's see, so I want a road that goes like, how do I want it? I want to go like that maybe, and hopefully that does something. I do need to be careful because I want it to go one way only. So, one way road with trees or grass, whatever. The other way. Come on. And like so. So that hopefully does something. If I get my train station in, one there somewhere. Oh, stupid train line. And stupid line. And I put that there. One somewhere along here, and that should work pretty well. And already I can see that is starting to take a fair bit of the load off the traffic. Now I've only put it a one-way train, so the trains can only go from this train station, which is Wells Fargo, over to whatever this one is called. We can call this one warehouses. Very practical names, obviously. And then, because this is only for, or at least for the time being, it's only for petroleum and plastics, they can only go into this side, and I only need this right here, which was one of the things I was worried about. So hopefully that takes a bit of the traffic off. You can see lots of trains coming through, and exporting petroleum products. I wonder if that means they're just going to go here and then straight back out of the city. I hope not, but if it does, we can always just change it. Now, if this works, I'll probably do something similar for the farm and for the forest up here, because that is having to come a fair way as well. I probably won't need to do it for the mining though. And here's a moment of truth. Let's check any of these random ones, and it looks like they're heading to the warehouses, which is exactly what I want. So that has gone very well, and that is going to cost a bit of money on my budget, I think. Let's see, have a look at the transport. It's gone up by double, which is really annoying, but that's $2,000 for the cost of, well, a shorter transport. And there's another train coming in, so that has gone very well indeed. I may at some point need to upgrade this to another train station to handle the other two, but that should do very well for the time being. And a little bit of time later, and we've got ourselves a fully functioning or almost fully functioning area of unique factories. Now there is a couple of problems with it, with namely police and everything and trash, which is a little bit irksome because I need to set something up around here most likely, but that can be done if I just put one of these and another waste transfer facility and maybe a waste transfer facility in here somewhere to pick up all that stuff. That should work pretty well. My main problem at the moment is, well, it's not really a problem, but it's actually, in fact, one of the things I've got is all of these things, just about all of them are functioning, which is very good to see. Like some of them I could probably pump up a little bit more. So that is very good to see indeed, and I think it's all down to having these warehouses actually on the right setting. Because in my last city I had them all on full and they never would export and I couldn't figure out why, but now I can see it's really that balanced is the problem way to go. So I think it is a moneymaker. You can see some 100,000 there, which is a little bit low, but it does fluctuate a little bit. So if we look at our budget, most of our losses are coming from farming, which is not surprising. Ore is slowly getting there. Oil obviously is our biggest one, and unique factories is doing a heck of a lot there. So I can't quite do a tax-free haven, but I think it is going pretty well overall with the unique factories, which is just about all I wanted to achieve today, I think. I do want to get this to level 5 before I finish up, so I think that's just going to require large mine underground. What do I have here? Small underground mine. So maybe if I bulldoze all of these and change them all to the large one, for the time being anyway, that should get me a lot more and give me the final push I need to get over the 5-star line. So let's just do all that and go from there. And a fair bit of time later, we've got ourselves a level 5 mining area and a shipyard down here, as well as a fully kitted out industries area. Now, some of them are struggling a little bit with some of the items, which is a little bit irksome, but let me just have a look. The animal products where's that? That one's there, so it probably needs to fill up a little bit more, which may or may not mean that this thing isn't quite producing enough. So I may need to change a few things around to get some more animal products. And I could squeeze a few more out of that, or could I get a few more? Could I get a few more of these things around? That's probably the better option. So just expanding the farm and getting a few more things to work out. But I think overall it's working very well. And just to finish off today's episode, we're going to have a look at this, and the ship just disappeared. I think hopefully you caught that, but the ship normally would just go into the ocean and out a certain way, which it didn't seem to do, which is a bit odd. But never mind that, we've got ourselves a new ship about to build, and this is probably one of the more productive places. So overall, our production center is going very well. We are, if we're looking at our budget, making a fair bit of factories and unique products. It's probably most of our it's probably most of our industry areas. Our farm is still making a bit of a loss, but everything else is making money. So I'm not quite sure why the farm is losing money, but it may be to do with the fact that all of these warehouses are full, and therefore these things are having to export directly. And even if, oh wait, I might need, if I look at that, and that one's rather empty, that one's rather empty. Where's my flour? So that one is rather full, that one's rather empty. So it may be better getting rid of one of these animal product ones. So let's set that to, yeah, I think I need another one. It's definitely not good enough. So I think I need to add another couple of these warehouses up here to keep up with the demand. The question is where? Can I do that, or do I do one along here? That's probably best over here. Okay, warehouse is there. One there, one to flour, 1 to animal products, and that will end today's episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon. Till then, bye!